And Johnny Greaves is the guy that's up front. We're nearing the end. We are closing in on the last few laps of Pro 4, Round 4 of the CORR Lucas Oil Pro Series here at Crandon. Good battle shaping up right there. 86, Josh Baldwin with Scott Douglas, number 7, the Rancho BM Goodrich Ford. Working him over. Oh, and Douglas sneaks underneath. It looked like Baldwin just could not get that thing turned.
No, he just pushed the front end. He got in there, didn't get on the power. The power couldn't pull him through the corner. And when he did, Douglas just took advantage of it. Now he comes back and they bang over that jump.
Looked like Douglas just ran a little wide after he made the pass. And now here comes behind him comes Kurt LeDuc. As you said, as we were going to break, it's not like LeDuc is being lapped and running well off the pace. It's just that there's a huge train, and he's just the caboose right at the moment.
Right. All these trucks running fairly close to each other, about the same speed around the racetrack. He just hasn't been able to pull off the pass that he needs. Douglas made the pass once, but then he had to fall back because whatever. It doesn't take much of a mistake. We saw Baldwin make a mistake, and then Douglas turned right around, and he made a slight mistake. Both of them got passed as a result.
Oh, look at LeDuc trying to do the straight line move down to the apex of the final turn. He's there, but I think he kissed that inside wall. Still makes the pass. Maybe a double pass.
That was a nice move. He got to the inside. Now he's going to fall back one, maybe both spots. And look at that. We've seen him pass him and then get passed back, all inside of 2 corners.
But you know what? That left-hander after that finish line jump, that right now is a blue groove that is huge, wide, and I think he got in that, slid way out wide, and lost all of his grip.
That time Baldwin got through that corner very well, and nobody got around him. Now then, LeDuc makes another challenge to Douglas.
Boy, they got a little history too, and it's showing right now. And LeDuc, that's where that horsepower paid off. He got that truck straight. When he went to the throttle, that thing exploded out of that corner.
Exactly right. So he's figuring this thing out. It may take a little bit different driving style as well as a different suspension when you get that much horsepower in that truck.
And weight, as you said. I mean, that's over 2 tons that they're throwing around out there.
And when you toss that thing in there, you better know where it's going or it's going to take off with you, let me tell you.
What do they call that? Momentum?
That's exactly
centrifugal force. You're messing with a lot. Meanwhile, watching what's unfolding up front, there is the 86, again, of Josh Baldwin. Right in front of him was Steve McCrossin, who's got, actually McCrossin having a very, very solid run.
Well, we haven't said much about him, but he's having a great run. He's, I mean, these are the top dogs right there behind him chasing.
They're hunting him, and he's in 4th. Up front of him is still Greaves, Jason Baldwin, and Carl Renesetter. Speed Channel's coverage of championship off-road racing is being brought to you by Lucas Oil, worldwide leader in heavy-duty and high-performance lubricants and the official oil of championship off-road racing. And by Nissan Shift Performance, the official truck of championship off-road racing. Final laps unfolding here in Pro 4, and Johnny Greaves took that great line at the start, paid it off, and he has dominated. It's the only way to put it. Look at the margin he has.
Yeah, he's just pulled away. He's really made this look pretty easy. He's the only truck out there that has a straight stick transmission. Everybody else uses the automatics, but he's certainly not had a problem with that because he's just pulled away from Renesetter, who's now in 2nd.
Yeah, Renesetter was able to sneak by Jason Baldwin while we were in break, so Renesetter moving up through the order. Now keep in mind, Renesetter comes in here 3rd in the points. Jason was 2nd, and it was very close, only a couple of points, so this will keep things interesting here. Douglas came in the lead. He's the one that's kind of backing that train just a little bit. And what a day for Johnny Greaves. John, I mean, this is when it's special, too. Look at that, right on the side of that truck, Forest County Potawatomi. Well, it's the Potawatomi Brush Run. You love to bring home the checkered flags in your sponsor's sponsored event. That's huge.
Yes, and it's huge because a lot of the sponsors are here. A lot of the Potawatomis come to this event. They're from this area. Johnny Greaves is from this area, so it's a big, big deal for them to run this racetrack, and he always wants to do well. This is one of the times that seems to have that in hand.
Whoa, problem though for Renesetter. A lot of smoke, and he is slow. It looks like he's got something with his rear axle.
Man, oh man, Johnny Greaves just caught another break because, oh yeah, the tie rod back there, the thing that holds his rear end in the center of the truck, it's broken, and it's allowing that rear end to slide back and forth, probably a foot each direction. And absolutely nothing he can do now except just trying to nurse it home, because when it slides back and forth, it rubs on everything. There's nothing to hold that rear end in the center line, and if he's not real careful, he's going to throw the drive shaft out of it and be out of the race completely.
That's taking your track bar adjustment a little far.
Boy, I guess, yeah. That thing busted. Obviously, just he hit a jump or hit one of the something very hard, and it broke that track bar, and it's a tough break for him.
Well, this is a big opportunity for Jason Baldwin. He's going to get by without question. And remember, I said Renazetter came in third in the points. Jason was second. So now that swing goes opposite. Jason's going to actually pad his second spot in the points just a bit. And Renazetter, boy, he is really being ginger right now. Here comes Kurt Leduc.
Wow, Kurt Leduc, really, after he got that thing kind of figured out, he's really been strong here the last 2 or 3 laps. He's moved up a long, long ways.
And Johnny Greaves, as you said, found the perfect race to get the season monkey off his back and put together a dominant run. Look at that. He's just climbing everything over there. He's pretty pumped right now to bring this one home. A big win in that Forest County Potawatomi TRD Toyota. Let's take a look at the results of our 4th round of the CORR Lucas Oil Pro Series and Pro 4. Greaves, Baldwin, Leduc, what a comeback drive. Renazetter and Baldwin, then Chistoverson, Drews, McCrossan, and points leader Scott Douglas plummeting down the order, ending up at 9th. Time to get down to the Fab Tech winner's circle. Ken Stout.
Johnny Greaves climbing out of the truck. Career wins will go to 33, just 2 behind Scott Taylor.
You're the man, Johnny!
Class wins will go to 11. That's a 6th win here at Crandon. Excellent job. You checked out, my man. It gets you up here because you went flag to flag. You know, this year has not been kind to you at all. You've had some tough hits and some tough finishes, but you came out here and just dominated. Excellent run.
Yeah, you know, after Annie go, we didn't have a couple good rounds there, and we came here and tested, and we said, you know, the one thing we need to do here is get a good start. And if we can get a good start, you know, we're always fast here. It's just everybody's fast, but you need a good start and run consistent, and you know, just run off and hide. And that's what happened, man. That Toyota Tundra just launched off the line, and I started grabbing gears and never missed a gear. That was like a first time in history, and we just hauled butt to the first turn. I loved it. That's the first hole shot I've ever got here on this truck.
337 cubic inches, man. It's a little baby motor.
Oh yeah, it's a baby motor, but it has a big heart. You know, me and this truck are one and the same. We're just little guys with big hearts and big wills, and with people like Forest County Potawatomi behind us, BF Goodrich, Toyota Motorsports, TRD, these people are just, you know, pushing us to the limit for wins, and we're gonna give them wins. American Axle, Precision Gear, Botech, all these guys, man. I gotta thank you. We don't get up here enough, and we're gonna try to keep this streak going.
I don't know, guys. Maybe that rumor about planetary gears in the rear is actually true. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
You know, I think he had a very telling comment there. Everybody's fast.
Yeah, that's right.
It's huge to get a start. Let's take a look at our points now after 4 rounds in our CORR Lucas Oil Pro 4 division. Baldwin leapfrogs to the lead with Renazetter tied with Douglas now for second. Leduc, with that great drive, came up to 4th. So very, very solid run there without a doubt. Now, for our Skyjacker suspension shock of the race, it had to be a pretty quiet weekend here at Crandon if this is the best we can offer you.
Well, Al Drews, he gets the award because he just got into this corner, the last corner on the racetrack, climbed that fence, tipped over. Wasn't a hard tip over, but it was hard enough that put him behind several laps. They got to turn back over and he got going again. But here you can see what happened. That left or that right front just got up on top of those cement blocks, and once it got up there, the weight of the truck just carried him right on over on his lid. They rolled him back over. He got going. He finished the race, but he was a little bit the worse for wear and tear.
Yeah, not too bad. Let's take a look now at our Precision Gear Driver of the Year points after 4 rounds, and it's Scott Taylor up over Scott Douglas by 27. Then Leduc and Huseman tied for 3rd, Chad Horton 5th. Now keep in mind, this includes all of the divisions in the CORR Lucas Oil Pro Series. So here's a look now at 6th through 10th. And then we obviously need to pay some attention to how the rookies are doing. So here's the Kumho Tires Rookie of the Year point standings. Hinman and Chistoverson tied. Let's get back down to Ken Stout. What did you think of the racing, Ken?
Well, with the exception of Pro 2, it was really a turnaround race for a couple of very good drivers, Rick Huseman and Johnny Greaves. But I got to go with Rick Huseman. He's had such terrible luck here at Crandon, and today, Crandon was finally kind to him. Who knows, maybe this is a year that he can continue it on, show back up here in the fall, and win his first championship.
All right, thanks very much, Ken, and that's going to wrap things up from round 4. But Larry, we're back here again, round 5, similar weather forecast Guys have some knowledge now of what they got to do to get ready for that 5th round.
Be interesting to see what Kurt Leduc does the next time, now that he's got one race under his belt with that 440 cubic inch engine.
Well, he certainly, once as you put it, got it figured out, was able to just power through the pack. So it should be pretty interesting indeed. Want to remind you, check out speedtv.com, your online source for all things racing. For Larry Rice and for Ken Stout, I'm Greg Kramer. Thank you so much for joining us here at Crandon. Again, we'll be back for round 5 right here from Crandon International Off-Road Raceway. Until then, take care, everybody.